Welcome to Curious Caravan. I'm Jason, and with me is my co host Lizette. We're here to take you on a journey to America's most curious, quirky, and downright unforgettable spots.
Yep. So if you're into hidden gems, oddball attractions, and a little nostalgia, you're in the right place.
Let's dive right in to Curious Caravan. And here we are again with another episode of Curious Caravan. And today we have our good friend Henry back in the hot seat. Welcome again, Henry.
Hello, hello. Awesome to be here. Thank you for having me.
Today, it is a probably one of my favorite topics, but we're going to be discussing food. Is food actually worth traveling for? And what is worth traveling for? I'll probably be extremely hungry by the end of this discussion because I am a major foodie, as I'm sure some of you all are too.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes I'll plan my whole trip around it. I'll ask you first, Henry, if what's one food experience you've had while traveling that you'll absolutely never forget? What stands out to you?
That's a really hard question. And for so many reasons, because when I travel, it's around food. And it is something my wife and I love more than anything. Like we've planned entire trips to Italy behind food. But the one thing I think that really kind of kept coming to my mind was something behind an experience and why that's so important when you're traveling. So for me, it has to be a lobster boil on the beach in St. Martin's, New Brunswick. And
Oh,
you cook these bad boys in fresh seawater, fresh lobsters, that you'll never have something more amazing in your life than right then and right there.
now I think there's a little bias in that with St. Martin's at New Brunswick. So maybe enlighten our listeners, Henry, as to why St. Martin's is such a special place to you.
So my family's originally from that region, and we have been visiting there every summer for my entire life. And now my family does owns and operates the Beach Street Inn in St. Martin's, New Brunswick. So you might hear a little bit of fanboying from me today.
But I mean, a lobster boil anywhere sounds fantastic to me. Lizette,
Yeah.
is there any type of food experience for you that while traveling you will never forget?
To this day, every time someone asks me for their recommendations in Tokyo, I always point to this hole in the wall where you walk in, and to your right is a vending machine, and it's got no photos, it's got no anything to indicate what you're about to get. It's all in Japanese. And I just randomly clicked, got the best ramen of my life. And my friend who I was with, who spoke Japanese, told me the vegetable that was on top, and I can't remember it. So ever since then, I've been hunting down this vegetable at every
Ooh.
grocery store. So I will send a picture after this, but I swear to you, nothing can beat that experience for me. Nice little edamame, a nice cold beer, some hot ramen in the middle of summer, and it was incredible.
The mystery veggie that we're always going to be on the hunt for.
Honestly. But don't you have one as well?
I do, and mine is kind of all right. It's a little touristy, but
Okay.
when I went to Las Vegas, I had to experience, and I'll tell you, like I can, I love to eat, but I can't like go crazy. But so for me to be in this situation, like go to this place was really wild. But I went to the iconic. It's sadly it's closed now, and I'm so sad. But I went to the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, what
Oh,
is
I've seen pictures of
that?
that.
So the heart attack grill is all about pretty much the most unhealthy. It's like the whole shtick is it's like the most unhealthy food you could absolutely have. And basically all of the servers, the waitresses are dressed like nurses. You actually get put in a hospital gown
Um,
when you
what?
arrive. And so all of the French fries and all of the burgers are cooked in 100% pure lard,
Uh,
and they make milkshakes, but they're butter milkshakes. So there's actual butter in the milkshake. And I will tell you, and this is so, it sounds awful, but you don't taste it. It adds like this richness to it. Like it was probably the best strawberry milkshake I've ever had in my life was that one, which had butter. It's crazy. And they were really good French fries, but I guess if you cook anything in lard, it would do that too. I needed to like walk 5 miles afterwards. But I mean, it's all like a funny shtick. So like all of the burgers are called bypass burgers.
Stop.
They have the coronary dog for the hot dog. It's
This is
flatliner
so
flies. The
crazy.
fries are called flatliner fries. They serve wine, but what's hilarious is the wine is served in an IV bag.
Oh,
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I would love
And so you can
that.
pour it into a cup or you can drink it right from the IV bag. It's funny. Like the whole thing is like, it's kind of like that restaurant Dick's where they treat you like crap. But this one, it was an experience for sure. I mean, I didn't need to eat for a week after it, but it was a fun place. And it stinks that it closed because it was I mean, it was really one of those, touristy experiences, but it's memorable. So that will always be seared in my brain.
how was the
Okay.
food coma afterwards? Was it like, did you go to sleep for a week?
I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know. But it was a fun experience. But I guess that when we tie that back into travel, I don't know if anyone else has done any type of trip planning, knowing, oh, I want to go have this.
I'll be honest, this is not something I'm not gonna say this was a great experience, but my wife's family, my in-laws, decided that they wanted to do a cruise to Sweden last year, the year before, I can't remember when now. And the entire reason for this was they wanted to try Surströmming.
Oh.
For those who don't know, Surströmming is a fermented white fish put in a can, and when it ferments, it actually like the can blows up, like not like actually, but you could see like it's inflated almost like a balloon. And when you crack into this thing, the can does actually genuinely explode. There's stuff goes everywhere. It is smells like the worst thing you've ever had in your entire life. Do it outside. The funniest videos in the world are watching people open this can. Do not recommend it, but also recommend you try it at least once. So
Does it
cool,
taste
fun
okay?
experience. It's quite salty.
Like
The
a
smell,
sardine, I
yeah,
imagine.
yeah. The smell is worse than the taste,
Mm.
Hmm.
but absolutely recommend it. Hilarious. What an experience.
I just looked it up and they have like a viral internet challenge on this where people just start trying it for the first time and all of them are gagging or vomiting.
Usually both at the same time.
Yeah.
Recommend it. Do not do this inside or in a car and wear clothes that you do not feel attached to.
I guess mine for Florida, there's Key West and there's key lime pie, and those two go
Oh
together.
yeah.
Everyone claims in Key West, what the best key lime pie is and everything like that. And everyone will have a place, in Key West that they like the most. I went and tasted Blue Heaven, and the reason it's key lime is so famous is it's topped with like a tower, and when I mean tower, a like cloud of like toasted meringue. So rather than whipped
Oh,
cream on the key lime pie,
Ooh.
it's a baked meringue,
that
which is
sounds so
Oh.
really, really good.
good.
It's a little bit more pricey because you're paying for the gigantic thing, a meringue, but locals and foodies and all that kind of stuff, they swear by Moondog.
That's the one I've heard of was Moondog. I've heard that was like the go-to. But what I've also found out is the go-to that's said is not always the best one. It's just the one that advertises the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
true
always
too.
in the marketing.
That is true.
I was gonna say, I don't necessarily plan my trips around like the food, but once I decide a place, the next thing I'm looking at are food spots because New York just went recently and needed to have all of my food lined up by like lunch and dinner. So that way I wasn't stressed about things. And I had this really amazing experience where it was like a Japanese jazz bar for dinner and I just went by myself and it was so great. And I kind of go for something that has an experience with
There's
it.
something to that too, and you can really experience it firsthand, without like a predetermined expectation of what you're going to be doing or seeing.
I've also been in that kind of zone of like where I'm going to these places and I'm actually just asking people like what are their favorite food spots and then I pivot because I want to see what a local is trying or where they actually think is really good rather than like doing a bunch of research beforehand and then getting this really touristy spot. So like I went to a sushi spot in New York that was really good because I asked someone, I was like, oh, like, where do you like to eat? And they gave me an entire notes list of places to go. So that's been kind of my MO lately.
I will do the same exact thing. There's nothing better, I think, than asking people the recommendation, but you have to preface the non-touristy options. Like if you were gonna go somewhere, where would you go?
Yeah. Are there places in either Sarasota? I mean, both of you guys are out in Sarasota that you would recommend?
So I this kind of takes us into like local food trucks and food halls. And I think those are really important to communities as well. Sometimes we get so focused on restaurants and
Mm-hmm.
those kind of typical like, traditional dining experiences that you kind of skip over, some of the more unique ones or the ones that are like kind of like run locally. And Sarasota, we've got a lot of food trucks that
Mm.
pop up over the city, and they're open daily. And one that's really, really good is called Red Chili's, and it's an Indian food truck here. And when I tell you, they have amazing samosas, so delicious. They have really, really, really good butter chicken. And they also do wraps, which are really, really good. So you can get like a spicy chickpea wrap if you're vegan, but they also do a really, really simple one that's like a spicy potato and cheese. That's really, really good. So if you love
Ooh,
Indian food
I do.
and you want to kind of try it from like people who are making it locally, like that one's a really, really great place if you want to try it like outside of the restaurant. So I'm a big food truck person. I like to go up to food trucks when I can and like support our local cooks and everything. So, it's nice to see a lot of those starting to pop up in communities more and more.
Wait, I love that so much. I never even think of food trucks since there's only a few here in Dallas, but that's a good tip. I think that's way more local than going to, the touristy restaurants that they have in the city. Henry, do you have a favorite spot in Sarasota?
In Sarasota, yes, I do. And I don't get to go there very often, but when I
Hmm.
do, the Corkscrew Deli, which
Oh,
is right off 41 and Proctor Road, has the best paisano I've ever had in my entire life. There, I said it, Corkscrew Deli. You heard it first from me. Food trucks would be Sweeto Burrito in Jacksonville, Florida. I dream of their burritos since I left Jacksonville. It has been years and I miss it so much. It was like a slight obsession while I was there. The one I got was called the Carnivore, and it would
oh,
just come with just as much stuff in a burrito that you could even imagine. It almost felt like it should be at the Heart Attack Grill. That's how like bad it was. But at the same time, it just tasted amazing.
Lizette, do you have any local spots that are not, restaurants? Like, have you any food trucks or markets or food halls?
There's a small scene of food trucks out in Clyde Warren in Dallas, and those are really good, but I don't often visit them since it's typically hot all year round. So what I'll end up doing is I'll actually go to the farmers market where there's a bit of a food hall inside. And I always love going to they've got a bunch of Mexican restaurants, they've got a seafood place, but I like kind of exploring. There's a really good Jamaican place in there that has really good lemonade, and I will always stop. And that one's my favorite, to be honest. I know it's not food, but it's
So you go to the
delicious.
Jamaican spot for the lemonade. What makes the lemonade so good? Do they do anything to it? Put
It's
anything in it?
it's just like you could get different flavored lemonades, obviously, but it's a perfect balance. This is what I look for. A perfect balance between sweet and like very sour. And it's hit it
Mm.
just perfectly and consistently. Because you know how sometimes you'll go back to a place and it's different? This one, it's always the exact same. And after a long day of going through getting regular farmers market groceries and like also just looking at the shops, and it's hot, I want that perfect lemonade. So that's why I do always end up stopping there. But yeah, I know it's not a food truck or a restaurant and it is lemonade, but I will take you there if you come to Dallas. It's so good.
Down for some lemonade.
Oh, good.
Me too. I think like fresh anything when it comes to
Oh
drinks
yeah.
is absolutely like the way to go. For the Floridians out there, fresh squeezed orange juice, oh,
Oh,
it'll change your life.
Well, I want to wrap this up real quick with a this or that foodie edition. All right.
okay.
So, little lightning round of
Let's
this
do
or
it.
that.
I love it.
So, sweet or savory?
Savory.
Savory.
I'm a sweet and savory person. I'm going to tell you right now, you ever go to the movies, get popcorn, put some butter, and then throw some M&Ms in it and shake it around.
Which one are you picking?
Oh, but if I had to choose more one or the other, it would be
Yeah.
savory because I love Cheez-Its. All
Oh,
right.
fair.
Farmer's market or food hall?
Farmers market. Through and through.
Farmers market all day. Best food, locally grown, anything amazing.
Yeah, I would go
Retweet.
with farmers market too. And also it's great because it really is great supporting small businesses. So, I really enjoy farmers market, but I like the
True.
farmers market situation. Local cafe or national chain?
I love me a Dunkin' Donuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It's
I
going to be a
know.
local cafe all day.
I was thinking a Cheesecake Factory since they're Scratch Kitchen. Local cafe though.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go with national chain because I
What?
listen, my Dunkin' points are massive, okay? They're the only ones who make my iced coffee the way I like it. And if you haven't had their marshmallow cold foam, it'll change your life. Um,
I love this
so
for you. That's so great.
spicy or mild?
Depends
Mild.
where.
I gotta go mild. I I don't know. What do you mean depends where?
I don't know. Like certain foods, it goes well with a little bit of spice to it. But if it's
Mm,
like, I'm not gonna eat something spicy just because it's spicy. So I guess I'll go with.
mm-hmm.
I am spicy. I
Really?
love
Oh, no
majorly
way.
spicy. And it's really interesting. It's only in the last few years that I've developed an affinity for spice. And I
Uh-huh.
mean, I love jalapenos and everything, candied jalapenos and
Mm.
everything. I mean, when it comes to Taco Bell, you better give me the Diablo. I mean, I am majorly into spice now. Like the spicier the better. I don't know what it is. It's just something happened and changed. My taste buds changed. All right, indoors or patio seating outside?
I am such a patio person. I will always eat on a patio if I can. In Florida in the summers, that's not really an option. It melt. But my wife and her family were always indoor people. And then when we got married, even before that, I was going, what the heck? Like you people, like there's this amazing view outside, and we're staring at a wall. Let's go sit in the outdoors. So hopefully trying to change them on that perspective too.
Being in Florida, I'm anywhere in the indoors. Indoors for me, no patios.
Really?
I'm not an outdoor eating person. I've always been give me the air conditioning in the cold, so that's where I like to be.
Florida
Yeah.
outdoor is rough.
Is
You will melt if you sit outside in the summer.
And it
and
is
those
really
misters and
humid.
those fans do nothing.
That's my only reason to sit in the patio because of the misters.
Not here, but it's different where you are
I guess
versus
that's true.
Florida.
Less
Well, I mean,
humid.
it's hot there, but I think it's here you got the humidity and everything else on top of
Mm-hmm.
it. It adds to it.
In
I
Florida, it's
know.
like, hey, it's already humid. Let's add more humidity to.
Exactly.
I guess that makes more sense. In Dallas, then I would say patio. I can't do the indoors. I'm always indoors to begin with. So if I'm eating, I want to be outside.
Beach snacks or mountain picnic?
I would go mountain picnic because I
Mount,
like mountains.
even though I'm from Florida and I'm from Sarasota and one of the most
Yeah.
beautiful beaches ever, I do not do sand everywhere. Nope, not gonna do it. So sand in my food, nothing. I'm gonna do a mountain picnic, no beach snacks.
Beach snacks. There's something about that pub sub that's been sitting in a cooler for half a day.
Oh, that's true. You can't go without that. All
What
right.
is a pub
Public
sub?
sub. If you've
Publix
never had a
sub.
public
Oh,
sub,
Yeah,
not this again, guys.
iconic. You have to have one if you come our way. All right. Breakfast for dinner.
Yes.
absolutely. There's no curfew on breakfast.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm
never.
so ticked off when some of these restaurants got rid of their all day breakfast because it should always be all day, if you ask me. If I want a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit in the evening, I should be able to get one. Let's bring it back. We are
They
not
have it.
sponsored.
They have
Not
it.
our location.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I know. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Henry, for coming to have a nice little fun, quick chat on food and travel with us. We appreciate having you back.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
thanks, Jason. Thanks, Lizette. Awesome to be here as always.
as
Yay.
always, folks, stay curious.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. We hope you enjoyed the journey as much as we did.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review Curious Caravan on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more curious minds like you find us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep being curious, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Curious Caravan.